All right, so once again, this is the Dave half of Dave and Diane throwing caution to the wind. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about and demonstrating bear spray. That's right, bear spray. I got a box of it right here. We're going to unbox it, and I'm going to tell you why we got it, and we're going to go out and do a demo. So hang on. All right, so while I'm unboxing this bear spray, I'm going to tell you a little story on why we decided to buy some. So, Diane and I have been full-timing for 9 years now. We've hiked in probably, I think, roughly 33, 34 different states. Some of those hikes have been in areas where we could encounter bear, certainly some sort of wildlife. Luckily, we have never actually encountered any bear that caused us any concern. But a couple things have happened on the trail. So we, up in Montana, we were hiking in Glacier National Park. So we were paying attention for bear up there, right? But on one of the trails, we were cruising along, and all of a sudden there were a couple of deer about 50 yards down the trail from us. Now, we've been around deer most of our lives. We lived in areas where deer would come and sleep in our lawn, right? So we've been around deer a lot. We're not fresh and naive about deer. But even though we've been around deer so much, we saw the deer out there in the wilderness in a national park, and we just kind of stopped and we watched the deer a little while. And I mean a little while. We just stopped and go, oh look, there's a couple deer. And all of a sudden, one of the deer started coming our direction. Now, keep in mind, this is pretty open area. Other than trees, there's nothing. There's no water, there's no cliffs, there's no obstructions. Those deer could have gone any direction they wanted to without any kind of problem. But this one deer came up the trail pretty much in our direction. Well, we saw it and we went, okay, we're in a national park. It must think we have food or something. We thought, all right, it's going to come up and expect food or something. So it was coming, and he got pretty close, right? It was getting closer and closer. Finally, we was kind of laughing and went, hey, you're a deer. Get out of here, get out of here. You're a deer. So we were doing all the motions. Well, it kept coming. Still didn't think too much about it, and it got probably, 25 yards away, and it started whistling and started stomping. Well, at that point, I knew it wanted a piece of it. For some reason, it was pissed that we were in its area, even though we did nothing. So, I know you're all thinking, all right, this is too crazy to be true. But this is a true story. So this deer kept coming. Well, it was getting pretty close. And I happened to look down, and there happened to be a branch, yay big around, maybe 15 foot long. So I just told Diane, I said, hey, get behind me. This deer wants a piece of us. So I picked up that branch. I was using it as a jousting rod. We had this tree between the deer and us, so you can visualize this, right? You have a deer whistling and stomping. It was almost trying to flank us. And I had this jousting rod, and a tree was about yay big around between us and the deer. I said, Diane, stay behind me. This crazy deer wants us. So I'm, get out of here, deer, get on out of here. It seemed like it went on for a half hour. It probably, in reality, went on for 45 seconds. But long enough that it got the old heart pace going a little bit. Anyway, something happened down the trail. The deer turned around and scampered off, and I dropped the branch, and on down the trail we went. No harm, no foul. But that could have been worse. Now, let's fast forward a few years. I'm going to take this out of the box here and just kind of show you what we got. Now, fast forward a few years. Now, this happened at the time of this video 2 weeks ago. So we were hiking down a river trail. Beautiful day, beautiful hike. And we went on a little further than most people hike that trail. So we hiked the touristy area, right? And then we kept on going. And we're thinking, wow, there's nobody out here, we're all alone. All of a sudden, we look and we see some people in the river. Now, there was a man and a woman. They were probably 100 yards away. And so it happened pretty quick. We said, oh, there's a couple people in the river, so there are people out here. And that fast, a dog popped up over the knoll and charged us from 100 yards out. This dog had "I want you" written all over its forehead. Teeth bared, hackles going, growling and barking. It was coming, right? I wish I would have kept this camera rolling because I was doing video that day. But all I could think about when that dog started coming was I put the camera away, put it in my pocket real quick, and was ready for whatever that dog may try to do. Now, we weren't carrying anything. We had no guns. We didn't even have hiking poles. All we had was our backpacks on and water bottles. So there was no protection. The people down at the river, they were elderly. The lady was coming as fast as she could. She was yelling at the dog. The dog's name was Harley. We call it Cujo. You know the movie The Cujo. So she was trying to get to that dog. That dog was having nothing to do with voice commands. Nothing at all. Well, that dog came and got within, I'm going to say, 15, 20 feet from us and circled us, right? It circled us. Now, its brother or sister came along with it. Now, lucky that dog was pretty friendly. I think that dog might have saved our bacon. So, anyway, Cujo, Harley, was circling us, and we had made the decision to play it cool, no eye contact, stand on the trail, and not cause any commotion, right? We got the impression that I think any kind of aggression to try and shoo that dog away we just got the feel that that was not the right call for that situation. So I don't know, you may see it differently, you're entitled to that, but for us on that particular day, we felt no eye contact. Obviously, pay attention. If it would have done something crazy, we would have fought the dog off or tried to. But that dog circled us at 10, 15, 20 feet, teeth bared, hackles going, growling, barking, and here was this lady trying to catch up and call this dog. Well, this thing circled us 2 or 3 times, and that really had my heart racing. Diane was really cool about it. She kept telling me, no aggression, no aggression. I wanted to lash out personally. I wanted to go at that dog, but she made the right call. We stayed cool. Anyway, finally, and I mentioned that dog's brother or sister was kind of nice. It kind of stood next to us all of a sudden, so it kind of stood there. Now, we didn't pay any attention to it because, again, we were trying to do no movement. But I think because that other dog stood next to us, kind of like, oh, these people are okay, Cujo didn't attack. Finally, the owner got close enough and got the Cujo's attention and called it, and it started to go back to her, turned around, and lunged at us again. Crazy, just crazy. Anyway, the lady came. She finally got the dog's attention. It finally went to her. She grabbed its collar and was very apologetic. We said, hey, don't worry about it. We're good. We're going to turn around here and go back up the trail because the trail continued on next to them. And I really didn't want to have to come back by them again in case they did not tie it up. So anyway, what a story. What a day that was. Scared the crap out of me. But that day, before we got back to the trailhead, I told Diane, we're either going to start carrying or we're going to get bear spray. So, because we don't like to travel around the country and deal with gun laws everywhere, we decided bear spray was the right way to go. You know, we're still going to do a lot of hiking. We could run into another crazy deer, another crazy dog. We could actually run into bear. So I did a bunch of research online, and I found out, and I checked a lot of things. I checked out how far the spray would shoot. I want to make sure it was a colored spray, how long it would spray out of a canister. I did all the research I could, and I came up with counter assault. Is that focusing? I can't tell. Anyway, counter assault. Now, Diane and I have both practiced and used fire extinguishers, and this is probably very much like a fire extinguisher, but neither of us has ever messed with the actual bear spray. So I thought for fun and for practicality that I'd go ahead and purchase this 2-pack. Now one is the actual bear spray. And the other one, this one right here actually, is a training canister. So this has no active ingredient. It still has a color spray inside of it. The whole kit and caboodle the same dispensing mechanism, the same canister. It has a holster with it. So I thought we'd shoot this video, and then from here we're going to take this out someplace on a hike, and we're going to practice with this training canister to make sure we know how to handle this canister in case we have another encounter with whatever critter we come across. All right, so hopefully you might want to tag along and check that out. Okay. All right, so we're going to do our demo on our counter assault bear spray. So we bought the 2-pack. We bought a live round and a demo canister. So the demo canister is supposed to operate just like the active canister. They say it shoots like 30 feet. So we have a line right here, and we have a box set up right behind us here, and that's set at 30 feet. So we have a little bit of wind today. This is real world type demonstration. The wind isn't always going to be to your back, shooting at the bear, give you an extra 10, 15 feet. It could be directly into your face. You're going to have to adapt for that. So the wind is coming from my backside right now. You can see our box back over there. So we'll get a little crosswind.
The box bear?
The box bear. we're gonna get that box bear. So let's give it a go, see what happens. All right, so we're not gonna do the holster thing. We're gonna practice that on our own. We're just gonna get a feel for how this shoots. So here's the demo. Pretty simple. If you're gonna pull it out of your holster, the cap comes off like so, push the button. I'll put that back on for you again, do it close by. Now take it out of your holster, pull that safety pin, and do the spray. So let's give her a go. No bear. Wow. All right. So that was pretty amazing. So I'm going to guesstimate. I'm going to pace this right now. I kind of got an idea where that stopped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 paces, 8 yards roughly. So not very far with the wind over her shoulder. That's an eye-opener. So we're going to let Diane step a little bit closer, maybe 3 paces, and we're going to give it another go. I also feel by the canister, I didn't count that, but I can sure feel this pretty light. So Diane's going to do it next. We're going to put her about, so that's 2 paces. We're going to put her 3 paces closer and see how we do. All right, so Diane's going to be doing her test from 21 feet. I was from 30 feet. So go ahead, Diane. Show us.
Where?
At that line.
Way up here?
Yep.
Wow.
And that's a bear. A bear is that close because the wind is coming towards you. You have to take that in consideration. A bear is running at you at how fast? How fast does a bear go?
Well, they can outrun me. But...
Well, they can outrun us. So a bear's coming full charge. We gotta calculate the wind. And then, okay, go ahead, pull that. Okay. Don't aim it toward me.
I need 2 hands.
That's okay, you can do it. Whatever.
Wow, that's empty now. That was a
Do it again.
Shoot. See, I told you it's empty.
Yeah. Woo. All right. All right. So, wow. I was really surprised to begin with of how fast that 7 seconds went, if it really lasted 7 seconds. I didn't time it, but I'm pretty sure you could probably time it in the video and count it off, get an idea between mine and then Diane's really short burst, right? I was really surprised at how little was left. So what that confirms is we've talked about having 2 canisters, one for me, one for Diane. You can get larger canisters, but I don't know if I want to go hiking and have larger canisters. So I think we'll just make sure we have 2 canisters, one for each.
Yeah, I want my own.
So yeah, she wants her own. Because if I go down and that's all you have left, good luck. Another thing, I was very surprised when I shot mine how much that wind affected. Now, it wasn't gale force winds. I mean, it's a nice breeze. You don't even see Diane's hair blowing, but I was surprised at how much it took off of the distance, right?
Yeah.
And then when Diane did it, she appeared to be a little bit surprised of the burst in the finger,
Yeah.
because you immediately went up with the spray. So that wouldn't be good. So I recommend these tester canisters. That's really an eye-opener. At first I thought, well, we're not going to spend the money. We both shot fire extinguishers. We know what to do. We thought it'd be kind of a fun thing to try and learning at the same time. But I'm really glad we got this trainer canister. Anyway, okay. Counter assault. It's what we chose after our investigation, our research. We felt that this is the best thing on the market. Do your own research. We will put a link to this. We picked this up off of Amazon. We will put a link to this down below in the description. If you do choose to purchase it from that link, full disclosure, we get a small kickback. It goes right to the channel. Not very much, so just wanted to bring that up, make sure you're aware. Anything else?
No, flies are bugging me.
Oh, the flies are bad out here today. Didn't do a darn thing for flies. I think it drew them in. Okay, so I guess that's it for this video. If you got anything out of this at all, if you enjoyed it at all, how about a thumbs up? Hit that subscribe button down below. As always, have a great day.
Safe hiking.
Safe hiking? Yeah, safe hiking. And we'll see you in the next video.